this is Kia.
Hey, I'm MJ, and welcome to this week's episode of Dude No Way. It's skincare season. It's
Ooh,
always skincare season.
true. Right now it's winter season.
Yeah, and for dry ass like me, I'm struggling, to say the
I'm
least.
um I have the more oily skin type, so during the winter, it like kind of evens out my skin to be normal because of how dry it is, and it like evens out with my oiliness.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think okay. I think I've been hella dry before, like whatever extremely dry,
Mhm.
but I think I can range from dry normal, and then you're normal to oily. So we cover a good good amount of the spectrum.
Yeah, no, definitely. Wait, when did you start getting into skincare?
I feel like I've always followed it. Because like when you're a tween, do people still use that word? But when you're a tween and stuff and you start getting acne and shit, you're like, how the hell do I fix this? So like luckily we had like the internet and stuff, so I would look things up. Um, some of it was helpful, some of it was not, but I definitely between then, so like middle school and high school and stuff, you kind of fall into a lot of the marketing stuff and like like uh facial peels and like lemon scrubs and like shit that's actually bad for your skin, but they advertise it to be really good and you fall for it obviously.
Yeah.
um so I think that's when I started, but when I started taking it seriously, I would probably literally say 2019, 2020. So pretty recent, I would say. What about you though? I feel
Uh,
like you've seen some shit. Oily skin always sees some shit.
oh, no, yeah. Um, so I think I got acne at like yeah during those like tween stages, and like it wasn't like red, it was just like where it's bumps but it's like still your skin color. And I was like, I didn't really like care about it, so like I'm a little late to the game as far as like what products to use and like how to probably take care of your skin. But like I remember when you started getting into skincare, like within the past few months, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
like trying to get me to get into it. I was like, oh, I'm not really feeling it because like you kind of do have to be motivated to learning about it because it is a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I'm not really feeling it. And then like a couple months later, I just like something in my head just like switched, and I was like, oh, let me watch some like skincare videos, and I was like in it.
That's how it is though. Like you can give someone all the resources and talk up a storm, but if that person's like not motivated, like you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped, even though it sounds negative, but you can just tell them what's going on and they'll be like, okay, I'll look into it, but they'll look into it whenever it's good for them. So I'm glad you came around. We didn't really talk about skincare like growing up.
Not
Because
really,
I think
no.
I think we all just handle it on our own. Because like you said, I just told you a couple months ago, but I had been like doing the research. Like I was in the phase you're in, like hardcore, maybe probably early quarantine, so March, April, and then we both found Hyram on YouTube. If you guys are ever, if you're just getting into skincare and it's hella overwhelming, because it truly is, just look up anything. Just like if it's acne, look up Hyram acne on YouTube or something. This guy is like kind of our age. I think he's 23, 24.
Oh wow.
And then he's not like a board certified dermatologist or anything, but he's a skincare specialist, I think is official title. And he's really, really helpful, like with introductory like terms and stuff like that for skincare. So I'm really glad that's how I got into it. And then it made me super excited and super nerd out about it.
No, yeah, and he's basically the only person I watch because he talks in like he. I like him specifically because he's one of the like few people I watched who were like kind of into skincare who actually had oily skin, because like the people I were watching mostly had like dry skin. So like when they recommend products, it's more based towards people with dry skin. So I'd be like, oh, why would I, you know, get into this if it's not someone with my type of oily skin? So I feel like Hiram's the first person I watched with my same kind of um, skin.
No, that's good. That's kind of weird for me. I feel like a lot of people that I follow actually have oily skin, but I
Oh,
just
weird.
kind of like find things. But the thing with Hiram, at least he caters to everyone.
Yeah, he
Skin
does do that though.
sensitivities, dry skin, oily skin. So I mean, that's why we can both use him.
Yeah.
But yeah, just look up other things. There's actually a lot of dermatologists on YouTube as well. And I would maybe stay away from the beauty influencers because that's what I fell into in high school. Like lemon is not good for your skin. I don't know how we have to say it. Scrubs, like those little beads and those like scrub cleansers are bad for your skin. Like everything I thought was decent for your skin. I just learned in the span of 12 months that it's actually horrible, and they got me with marketing. Do you have like a skincare routine set for any oily listeners?
Oh my God,
Maybe
yeah.
that works for you, and then people can take what they want from this.
Yeah. This is only my opinion. Okay, so first, when I was kind of getting not really skincare, but just like something to wash my face, I have the products out in front of me because I wasn't going to remember the names. So I would use this Blemish and Pore clearing cleanser from Pure. I think that's their
I
name.
think that's how you say it, right?
I just trusted what the lady told me at Ulta. She was like, "Oh yeah, this is really good for oily skin." This is probably like a year ago, and I still have this. No, not a year ago, 2 years ago.
Damn.
So I've been using that, and then I don't know what Hyram says about this, but it's oil-free acne stress control from Neutrogena. It's like a toner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I use that, and I would just like put it on a cotton pad after I wash my face with that.
Yeah.
But now, my new and improved skincare routine. Um, so if you follow Hyram, you know he has 4 steps to skincare.
Oh,
First,
she did her research.
first is cleanser, and then the serum, and then the moisturizer, and then the most important one, sunscreen.
Sunscreen. I feel like if you're literally just starting, the most important things to get out of all of that is literally a cleanser and sunscreen. If you want to target something specific, like if you have really bad hyperpigmentation or really bad acne, that's where a serum comes into play or some kind of like treatment. That's the so like literally you can cut it down to 3 steps if you need to.
If needed, yeah.
But the two I think is the most essential, like cleaning your freaking face, not just splashing water on it, at least once a day. And then that sunscreen, dude, I feel like I knew, but I didn't know how important sunscreen was.
Yeah, I thought it was just like if I'm like soaking in the sun and I'm like
Going to the beach, going swimming, but
I
then
didn't know I had to wear it every day.
me either. Winter too. When I found out the winter, I was like, what, why? What, it's raining. Why would I need sunscreen?
Mm-hmm.
But science is crazy. I nerd out about it basically. It gets pretty nerdy real quick, but it's interesting depending like to what extent you're looking shit up,
No, yeah, you definitely went deeper in it than me.
Yeah, no, yeah, Kia when especially when she first started, she was like, well, she started watching the Hyram videos at first, of course, like most people, you do things on your own, and she was like, "Wait, I'm gonna start buying stuff. What do you think I should get?" And then, but
Yeah.
no, I love your routine. We were so excited, and she was like, I don't think I like this product, so I was gonna return it. What do you think I should get?" And I was like, not that I know everything, but I was like helping her because I was like, shit, we'll figure it out together.
No,
So
yeah.
that was it was like stressful week, but when you got everything came, we got really excited.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. And literally the last thing that I had ordered, because the product I wanted, was just like it's one of those products like once Hiram talks about it, like sold out like in an
That's
instant.
another thing about him. He's like the Emma Chamberlain of like skincare.
Yeah, facts.
And they also did a collab. So like he's really on the come up now, and he'll
He
be like,
really is.
this skin will change your life. And not that he's like bullshitting, like he actually did the research and there's science behind why it will change your life. And then
Yeah,
everyone's like, okay, let's buy it. And then it's off the shelves.
literally. So I was really happy when the sunscreen finally came in. But let me go through the steps right quick.
Yeah, go through your routine, like start to finish.
Okay, so first is from the INKEY list, which is like apparently a good brand, he says. And it's the salicylic acid cleanser, and it helps
Mm-hmm.
reduce blackheads and breakouts. So I got this one as a cleanser, but I heard, I don't know how true this is, that salicylic acid can kind of dry out your skin. So like I didn't want to go now from oily to like dry skin.
Mm-hmm.
So then I got this other cleanser with, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, but CeraVe or
I say CeraVe. I
Okay,
think it's
CeraVe.
just CeraVe. Let's keep it simple.
Okay. Okay, thank God. This one didn't have the salicylic acid, so I knew this would be a not too harsh on my skin because I think I do have sensitive skin also. And this one, the foaming facial cleanser, is also for normal 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 to oily skin. So and it also does oil control. So I was like, oh, okay. But and it was only $5 because it's only the mini one because you're only supposed to use like you actually don't need that much. Like it foams up pretty quick. So
Dude, yeah.
yeah, that's how you save your money. And then for the serum step, I got this one that everyone talks about from The Ordinary, the niacinamide
Mm-hmm.
serum.
Bomb.
Yeah, and I think it because you use it too,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess it's for both.
It's for all skin types. At least that's
Yeah,
what like the science says, and I
yeah,
I love that for us.
yeah. No, love it, and it's cheap too. Like under, I think it's 9.99.
Literally everything you've mentioned so far is really affordable.
Wait till I get to the next one.
Oh,
So then the third step is
oh no.
moisturizer, and it's from Hello Fab First Aid Beauty.
Pretty
The
bouge.
coconut water cream. I know. This shit was $35.
Yeah. Oh, you're not sensitive to fragrance?
I don't think there is fragrance.
It's literally coconut, brother.
I
Hello?
don't know. And it's like a
It's
cool texture.
coconut.
Okay, okay, okay. I
So
guess there.
no. So no to being sensitive.
Okay, I guess not.
Not that you know of, maybe.
Not that I know. What does sensitive
Okay.
mean? Like,
Just like you might like have like a little reaction, or it's just like like honestly a sensitivity to a certain ingredient, especially fragrance. You could get like itchy, or like it could kind of burn. Because you did say you have sensitive skin.
oh, okay, then I lied. I don't have sensitive skin.
Well, it doesn't have to be to fragrance. It could just be. I think you have your skin sensitive to touch. I don't know if you're sensitive to hella like ingredients.
I think I'm just ugly.
Oh, that's not glazed donut attitude.
Oh, sorry. Positive vibes only.
No, that's a good one though. If you're not sensitive to fragrance.
Yeah, and then the chick at Sephora, because I had to get this at Sephora, said there was
Mm-hmm.
another brand within their collection that was also a moisturizer, but this one's more for summertime. I mean for like hot weather than with cold weather. And then I forget that also takes into account like your surrounding, like what's the air like outside, the
For
temperature.
sure.
And I was like, God, you guys are really trying to stress me out. But I was like, let me just get this for now because
Yeah, I think the normal one doesn't have coconut. I think it's just like the first aid repair. It's
yeah,
like a basic one, because that looked familiar, but I didn't. It had a pink lid, and then the other one just like is a basic one. I think
yeah.
they're both pretty good, just depending
Okay.
on preferences.
Yeah, so there's that one if you live, I don't know, I forget what you told me. And then for the last most important step is, how did I pronounce it the first time? CeraVe.
CeraVe, yeah.
CeraVe, the hydrating mineral sunscreen, and make sure SPF 30 up works.
Ooh,
And it's and it's a sheer tint, so it's like my skin color. So like, not that I'm
yeah.
anybody, but like,
You're pretty light skinned already, anyways, which is good. But
mhm,
yeah, the problem with sunscreens is like white cast. You don't want to look like a freaking ghost, and like or flashback or anything.
mhm.
But yeah, you're a lot lighter than me. I'm
Yeah,
light right now because it's winter, but I do
yeah.
be getting darker, so that doesn't work for me that well. But
Mhm.
but yay! Like
That was mine.
you
Thank
went
you.
from two products to like a good amount of five, and then you figured out like when and how to use them and stuff. So that was a fun week.
But ooh, do you want to show your skincare routine?
My dry skincare routine. I'm pretty normal right now, but when the heaters come on and like the air purifiers come on, I'd be getting really dry. Because luckily, at least where I'm at, like you said, environment, San Francisco, we have the fog, so that's like really good humidity for my skin. When it's not like windy and shit. But I'm still transitioning to some stuff that I want to try, because I have some stuff that I'm using up, and because I don't want to waste my money, and plus like I don't want to waste it in general.
Yeah.
So I still use the Clean and Clear product for a cleanser. And it has some salicylic acid in it. So I don't use it every night because like you said, it could be kind of drying. But I just use little amounts, and then only when I need like a deeper clean, like if I for some reason would be wearing like a little makeup or stubborn sunscreen that day. So I'll do that at night only. And then every other night I go in with an exfoliator. So this goes into the treatment um category. So either a salicylic acid, the literal best one ever is from Paula's Choice. It's a little gray bottle, or the bigger one. It's a 2% BHA solution or something.
Mhm.
And that one, surprisingly, for my dry skin, isn't drying. So if you
Oh.
ever get into that, let me know. Um, I just like exfoliators because it makes my skin soft and it's super gentle instead of like scrubbing your skin. Yeah, don't scrub your skin. I didn't realize how bad that was. I used to like take a washcloth and scrub my face and stuff in the
Oh.
shower. Yeah,
Oh.
not to the point where I'm red or something, but in general, like scrubbing your skin's bad. And I wish I knew that back in high school and middle school.
Yeah.
But even though it sounds chemical exfoliators sound like worse for your skin, it's actually the best way to like take off those dead skin cells. So I use that one. And then when I'm not using that one, I use a
Wait,
hmm,
really quick. You said the things like in the cleanser, you know how they have the little beads? That's good? Or
those are bad.
oh, those are bad. Okay, I just want to make
Yeah, it depends what kind of bead it is. Like the best, not the best, but they're generally frowned upon because you're not. It's like you're creating micro tears in your skin.
yeah.
If you look at it on like a microscopic level,
Uh-huh.
if you are doing a physical, it's called a physical exfoliator because they're physical beads, like you said.
Mm.
If you are going to do something, you have to do something that's super fine, like sugar or something. So sugar scrubs are, if you have to, you really want to, things like sugar or things like rice powders and stuff, they're super fine, so they will be gentle on your skin, but you should not do that like every day or
Yeah.
that often in general. But so yeah, I stick to chemical exfoliators, and um so I had to incorporate that into my routine. And then when I'm not using the salicylic acid at night, I use the lactic acid. They do different things. Salicylic acid goes deeper in the skin, and then lactic acid is kind of for the top of the skin. And that one I use from the ordinary as well. So these are all pretty affordable things, except Paula's Choice can be a little expensive. But regardless, the one thing that I feel like I want to spend money on is like my skin, like, or
Yeah.
my health, like
Yeah.
um so sometimes it's fine. But yeah, it's the lactic acid and it's like a little pink solution. And then the niacinamide I use during the day as well. It's the same one that Kia was talking about, the ordinary again. And then a moisturizer. I switch between moisturizers, but I try to stay away from fragrance. So I'm trying to use up this fragrance one I'm using right now. So I used to use Nivea and I used to use Pond's. But I'm probably going to go back to like dermatology ones because I can't tell if I'm developing a sensitivity to fragrance, which is actually really common, or I don't want to anyway. So I'll try to avoid it as much as I can. So I might go back to like basic things like Eucerin or CeraVe again, or even Cetaphil. I think that's my freaking sunscreen, the most important part. My bad. But I was thinking of nighttime. That's why.
Oh.
But at night, I mean during the day, I would probably use. I used Bare Republic at one point, a very specific one. But when I first started using that, it was the summer, and I was kind of more oily and more sweaty, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. Kept using it until the winter, and it like I had dry patches on my skin from it. It was way too drying for me.
Oh my
It
gosh.
kind of mattifies, which is like great for summer, but if I'm using it in middle of December, January, it's like
Yeah.
I basically was like exacerbating my eczema. So I can't do that anymore. So I go for more hydrating and like moisturizing sunscreen. Yeah, for sunscreen, I think I used Purito at one point, but then long story about that, it kind of got under scandal for not being the SPF it says on the label. It's not as bad um as like not being useful, but it's also, it kind of sucked marketing wise, but that's still
Yeah.
being figured out. But I mean, it was really freaking good and it made me sad because it's super moisturizing. I still use it because it's winter and I can just use more of it anyways. So
Purify, right?
Purito.
Oh.
Um, so yeah, I use that, but then I've been freaking researching new ones to replace that one, and I found some from like I think a European dermatologist. It's called Altruist. I haven't tried it yet, but that's my next one I'm gonna buy.
Yeah.
And that's me. And then also because I have dry skin, I know Kia probably can't do this. I think that's why she cleanses twice a day. I don't really. use cleanser on my face in the morning. So I'll like, that's when I'll just rinse my face, or like if I shower, that's enough exfoliation and cleansing for my skin. Unless
Mm.
I feel a little dirty, I'll get like cleanser by my nose or something. But
Yeah.
I can't use too much cleanser on my face or I like dry the hell up. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I think I use this Salicylic INKEY List one at night and the CeraVe one in the morning, just like a light rinse.
Yeah. I think that's a good trade-off.
Wait, have you had any bad experiences with skincare products? And if so, call out that brand.
Oh, the whole brand. We're just exposing.
I mean, I'm down.
um it sounds like you have something against a brand. But I mean, mostly just like I said, like in the beginning, how there were certain things that either beauty influencers said or social media and stuff would go off about, like certain ingredients, certain treatments and stuff that you should do.
Mhm.
And then like learning now that that's probably what was like screwing up my skin, and they weren't focusing on the, I don't know. I feel like when I watched a lot of makeup gurus back in the day, um, a lot of them would just be like, it was very just like, or it's like, it was a lot of like placebo stuff or things that weren't backed by science and things that smell good rather than being beneficial for your skin. So that's why those exfoliators, like it makes you feel like you're cleaning your skin, like those beads, but they're actually bad for your skin. Or things like those facial peels or those nose strips, actually horrible for your skin. Like DIY skincare is actually likely mostly bad for your skin. Like when people make their own masks at home, like
Mm-hmm.
there's probably some benefits to it, but you were better off buying a product in store. Yeah, so I think when I fell for all those things, those were like my really bad experiences, and I was like, why am I breaking out on my forehead? I just did this a thing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? You said you want to drop some brand names, seems
I
like.
did. I did. But I just remembered like how you said how they can be deceiving their products and stuff.
Mhm.
Also, like when I yeah, well, just like in general, like those videos where like the actors and actresses would have like soap on their face and then they just do this with the water and it would just like wipe everything away. And I was like, why did that never happen for me? And I thought of that because when you're talking about like how they market shit and stuff like that, I remember that always like being a thing. Like that's not accurate.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So for specific brands, I guess um so the first one that I've had that I didn't really like, but now that I think about it, it's probably because it was just too harsh on my skin. But Clinique, I remember like
Mm.
using that when I was younger, and I would use it like the same way how I used the Neutrogena and then the face wash, um, where I just put on like a cotton swab and then I would put it all over my skin, and it dried my skin out like I had tried patches everywhere, and then I would use like one of their lotions or whatever, but it didn't have like that much SPF in it. I think it was only like 15,
Mm.
and like so like that just like totally like messed up my skin. So ever since that, I've just been salty towards Clinique. I'm sure they're a good brand, but
I think, yeah, and I think that like also adds to, sorry for interrupting,
no,
but
you're good.
I think at the time too, because we're both talking about like our experiences when we were younger, I don't think I knew what my skin type was to begin with.
Yeah,
So
maybe
like
that
maybe
too.
you were using things for dry, yeah, and I was definitely using things for oily skin, which was making me more dry, but I didn't know what that, I didn't know skin type was really a thing. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, because I thought I was oily because I got like kind of oily throughout the day. Like I would sweat and like get
Yeah,
dewy throughout the day. So I was like, oh, it makes sense. But then if I do something like way too harsh, meant for oily skin, I'd dry the out.
yeah.
So I had to figure that out the hard way. And I think it's also my climate. Because
Mm,
sometimes I do be getting hella dry here. Dude,
yeah.
I can't handle Vegas. When I go to Vegas, I
Oh
get
God.
so dry. I was there for a week when we first started this podcast,
Uh-huh.
and then I was so dry. My skin was so mad at me, like mad, like it was like dehydrated, and it took me to come back here for it to get better. That whole week I
Oh
was
God.
suffering. But yeah, anyways, so Clinique for you, one
Yeah.
name drop.
Um, you kind of brought it up earlier with like the nose things. I'm probably gonna butcher their name, but Bior.
Yeah, that's literally, it's in the drawer over here because I literally, you can, okay, I found out you can use it every now and then. if you really want to do like a satisfying thing, but it's worse than we thought.
I mean, it's very satisfying. I've done it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just because like, oh, why can't it, like, it just be like a good product and good for you?
Yeah.
Period.
I don't know.
I think this is just like, because I just want to call it a random brand, but St. Ives, like their cleansers is one of those deceiving ones, right? Where like
They're
those
actually, yeah, so much worse than I thought. Because,
apricot
yeah,
thingy. Yeah.
those are even worse than like the Clean and Clear one I was talking about, because those are like uneven
Yeah.
like sizes. So you're getting like bigger like scrapes on this side than you are on that side and stuff. Same with like, I'm gonna drop this name. Kylie skincare is not good for you. Science wise and like actual, it's not good for you. That
She's gonna
walnuts, okay, there's some stuff whatever you can probably use, but I think there's a lot of fragrance, first of all, and second of all, the walnut scrub is horrible for your skin.
she's gonna come after you, bro.
Yeah, because she's gonna listen to this freaking podcast, whatever. Anyways. Come at me. I'm just an honest consumer. Thank you so much.
And then the last brand that I'm not really a fan of anymore, because I thought they were a good brand and apparently they're not, or at least not all their products. But Mario Badescu.
Yeah, I think that's mostly goes into the stigma against fragrance, because it's just fragranced water.
I know.
Which freaking
they got
sucks. Me. Yeah. If they anything, the thing with all this, if you still have any of these products or you're starting, try to find a different use for them. So those scrubs and whatnot, maybe you can use it on your feet, you know, because your feet are a lot more resilient than your face. If you have any Mario Badescu products and you haven't noticed any sensitivities, you can still keep using it, but you can just use it to like refresh your room or something, or an area, you know, like a little like freshener spray.
Yeah, for when you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, because that's a problem I have. Because like, yeah, of course I had the Clean and Clear products and like the no strips. I still have it, so I'm not gonna throw it, one, waste my money, and two, just put more waste into the world. Like, just find a different alternative.
Yeah,
use for it. I didn't come up with that. Literally, I'm just reiterating everything Hyram says. If I sound like I know what I'm talking about, it's literally all because of YouTube and a couple Google searches. It's amazing what you can find on the internet. But yeah, and we're still like learning hella stuff along the way, because first of all, science keeps changing, and then like new products are on the market. So you like something you like before, you're like, oh my God, there's new stuff to try, which is always exciting. And then I don't know, it's a journey. It's never gonna end. Which is pretty fun. Maybe one day you'll be dry and one day I'll be oily, because my skin has changed a lot.
I was I don't know if I did tell you, but yeah, I did. I was at one point using the salicylic acid too much, so like my skin was like dry, and I was like,
yeah,
what is this? And like now, I guess with getting into skincare and stuff, I'm like noticing more differences like about my skin, like what it could be. Shut up.
Yeah, but I mean, with everything we said about like specific products, of course, do your own research. Everyone's skin needs and whatever are very, very specific and unique. Everyone's hella different.
Yeah.
So do your own research, figure shit out. I don't know. I hope more people get into skincare. It's really fun.
It really is fun.
I'm trying to get James into skincare. Luckily, we kind of have the same skin types, and we're in the same climate, obviously, environment.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, I try to I haven't given him any major products yet, because I don't trust him to wear his sunscreen every day. Because I'm like, why am I going to give you a hardcore exfoliator if you're not going to wear sunscreen? But he's wearing a sunscreen a lot more, so that's number one. And like, it's not only is it about appearances, but SPF, like, skin cancer, guys, like, real shit. Let's be healthy and safe. If anything, if you take anything away from this at all, because it got really nerdy and gibberish, just wear sunscreen. Clean your face and wear sunscreen.
Basically.
Like the change that will do for your freaking skin is amazing.
God damn, that pimple on my chin.
No one asked.
Don't worry about her. I'll just stay right here.
Embrace it. We can have perfect skin 365 days a year.
There.
I didn't even notice until you mentioned it.
Because I'm all the way back here.
How are you gonna have perfect skin all year round? It's fine. You're beautiful.
Beauty.
Shout out to us. Oh, and then if you are watching this on YouTube, we wanted to include our products down in the description. If I can get that in order and if I don't miss a product, just in case you want to look at it, whatever. And yeah, I mean, if you have any skincare questions, literally just go on YouTube and look up people that you trust. So like Hyram, I wouldn't trust that many beauty influencers because they're either being paid or I don't know.
Sponsored.
Yeah, exactly. Or some of them are getting better. I can't say that for everyone. But like I said, there's hella dermatologists on there too. Um, or ask us to the best of our ability. We'll try to help you from what we know, from the limited knowledge we have. But the internet's your best bet for now. But I think that's about it. I really hope we didn't miss anything. But that
I
should
think we
be it
did.
for this week's episode. Kia, did you have anything to add a little bit?
I don't think so. Also, please remember for this episode, this is just our products. Doesn't mean you have to follow them.
Mm-hmm.
Please
And
don't
if you
come
have
after me.
any, oh, bro, if you have any like recommendations or like suggestions or help for us, just let us know. We're open to new products since we're early in our journey to help
It's true.
us take care of our skin and our health.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.